quality, and relevant learning in Africa. Permit me to start by quoting the statement of one African foremost leader, Nelson Mandela, where he stated, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." On this occasion, this particular theme that has been chosen is very, very apt, knowing quite well that Africa stands a chance to be the best continent in the world if we have the best of education. Education, as it were, helps to shape the life of both the young and the old in taking well-informed decisions. And therefore, working our education system, increasing access, and giving our citizens quality and relevant education will definitely help in the development of Africa. On this note, I want every participant to ensure that they listen and contribute positively to this particular interactive session, and make sure they take something home at the end of the program that will enhance the civil servant in India to also imbibe quality education at all levels, since it's a lifelong thing. Irrespective of your level in the civil service, you're all encouraged to improve yourself on a daily basis, improve your skills, and ensure that your productivity is enhanced from time to time, so that we can deliver to our citizens the best service that they can ever think of. And in the spirit of the new hope of the present administration, I want to encourage every civil servant to put in their very best to make sure that Nigeria stands tall among the community of nations. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful session.
Once again, we want to appreciate Permanent Secretary, Career Management Office, Mr. Adele Yadeoye, for the inspiring welcome remarks he just gave this morning. As we're all aware, our digital head of service, Dr. Folashade Yemi, encourages and, of course, instructs us to always use the culture change video to remind ourselves of our core values in the civil service, the values of accountability, the values of meritocracy, professionalism, loyalty, and efficiency. And this is why this morning we are going to use the culture change video to welcome our head of service to give opening remarks. Let's have the culture change. And this is why this morning we are going to
arriving late for work and performing poorly cannot help Nigeria's image and level of development. What we do and don't do matters. It is our duty to deliver public services, and there may be times when we are asked to do things we know we shouldn't do. But if we fail to fulfill our duties in an ethical manner and with integrity, the public we serve will suffer. It is not just when we neglect to do our work. It is also about the way we do our work. And if we work in ways that are outdated and inefficient, it will take a lot more time to do a lot less. We cannot continue working this way. We need to embrace technology and move into the digital future where work is faster and more efficient. We want to live in a country where everyone is treated fairly to embrace and receives the same quality public service. So, rather than serving our own interests with greed, we need to put the interests of our people first. So, by embracing a good work ethic and more efficient systems, better technologies, and law-abiding public service, we can build a more prosperous Nigeria. And by building this Nigeria now, our country that will be capable of giving our people a better life in the future. We can build a more prosperous Nigeria.
Sure, we have these on our laptops and desktops at home and in the office. Thank you so much. On this note, I have the pleasure to now invite our digital head of service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, CFR, for our address. My digital head of service, ma, you have the floor.
Good morning, everyone. Permanent secretaries, distinguished civil servants. I extend very warm felicitations to everyone that is present at this webinar, and especially on the occasion of the 2024 Civil Service Week. This week commenced on Friday, 14th June 2024, with the Jumat service. It is also my pleasure to welcome you to this interactive session. In line with our tradition every year, this year's interactive session is organized with the main objective of hearing from you and obtaining useful suggestions on how to make our service better. However, before we get to the purpose for which we are gathered, permit me to briefly run through the schedule of activities as widely publicized on all our platforms and also in the print and other media. Today, we are having the interactive session with civil servants. This is the event that we all are now. And immediately after this event, we have the media panel, which is also today, and the venue is the Olusegun Obasanjo Hall in the office of the head of service. And tomorrow, Thursday, 20th June, we have the public service lecture, and the venue is the NAF Conference Center in Jabu. Friday morning, we have the commission of the fish housing project in Gwagwalada. Venue is the Gwagwalada site. On Saturday, 20th June, we have sporting activities. It's a whole day full of sporting activities at the National Stadium. And that same evening, we have the dinner and award night. And the venue is the Abuja Continental Hotel. And to cap up our week-long activities, we have a Thanksgiving church service on Sunday, 23rd June 2024, and it's at the Exousia Church of God, Mabushi in Abuja. We're all encouraged to fully participate in all these activities. And please note that all these activities will also be live streamed on all our social media platforms. So if you can't join us, please join us live on all or any of our platforms. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is always a pleasure to have the opportunity to interact with you, a very crucial segment of the nation's human resources, notwithstanding other very important demands of office. This is in view of the very cardinal role we all play daily in ensuring that Nigerian citizens enjoy the dividends of democracy and the benefits of the government's renewed food agenda. As the head of the civil service of the Federation, I am privileged to lead a collection of hardworking and loyal professionals that are committed to playing their individual roles in the development of the nation. The annual activities of the Civil Service Week is very significant event in our calendar, provides a platform for us to showcase our achievement in the world. It also serves as a crucial opportunity for us to review our progress, renew our commitment to the achievement of the expected goals and objectives, and set new ones for the future. With the support of His Excellency, Mr. President, and other partners within and outside government, the Federal Civil Service has recorded tremendous progress, especially through the formulation and the robust implementation of the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan, FC25. The contemporary theme selected by the African Union for this year, Educate an African Fit for the 21st Century, building resilient education systems for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality, and relevant learning in Africa, underscores the critical role education plays in shaping the future of the public service in Nigeria and the African continent, and the responsibility of the civil service in ensuring its success. It also highlights the need for education to be accessible, inclusive, and of high quality, while emphasizing the need for it to constantly remain relevant in the rapidly evolving demands of the modern world. The theme also speaks to how the Nigerian civil service is leveraging learning and development to enhance the capacity and capability of its workforce to deliver on national priorities. As you are aware, the first priority area or pillar of FC25 is capability building and talent management, which is in line with the theme selected by the African Union for this year. In the continuous efforts of the service in the area of staff development, the Federal Civil Service has recorded the following achievements. I'm sure that bird is not one of the achievements that we have recorded.
Lot more time to
So let me go back again. The Federal Civil Service has recorded the following achievements. Over 20,000 officers have been trained at the core MDA levels at the Public Service Institute of Nigeria. We have been able to train over 200 officers under the LEAD-P program. The LEAD-P program is the Leadership Enhancement and Development Program. In addition to that, close to 10,000 civil servants have benefited from the structured mandatory assessment-based training, SMART-P. And this consists of the basic, intermediate, and advanced modules. The modules have been updated to contain contemporary topics to serve the knowledge gaps of the 21st century and beyond. The office is also set to launch an e-learning platform, which is designed to meet the training needs of more civil servants, leveraging on virtual training platforms. The e-learning platform will also be linked to the performance management system for tracking of personnel development and also training needs of individuals as they report on the work that they are doing. As I have often emphasized, the lessons learned in the most recent years further underscore the need for us to commit to continuous self-development, particularly in view of emerging global challenges, particularly also in relation to new technologies and the new world of work. The rapidly changing work environment and the demands for greater efficiency have necessitated the emplacement of a modern performance management system by the Nigerian Civil Service. So far, we've launched the policy and guidelines, and all this has been circulated to all NGOs. And also, core teams have been constituted in the NGOs. The PMS implementation has been cascaded to the ministries, with their permanent secretaries serving as primary drivers. In this regard, performance contracts are to be further cascaded down to the last officer in each MD. This new system will assess each officer's performance solely based on their respective key performance indicators, KPIs, and it will enable tracking of job objectives across all entities. By implication, each officer across the service can clearly link his or her goals and objectives with the goals of his or her department, the goals and targets of the respective ministry, and the national development agenda. At this juncture, I wish to state that I'm aware that not every officer is putting in 100% effort in this regard. This is with particular reference to the implementation of PMS and indeed the 6 pillars of FC 25. And so this morning, I will read out some MDAs that are performing very, very well. Every quarter, we take an assessment of what is being done at the MDA level. And for 2023, I'm going to read out the top 10 MDAs. If you do not hear the name of your ministry, it means that you are part of those that are not putting in 100% in the implementation of FC 25. So the top performing MDAs in 2023 are 1, Ministry of Mines and Steel Development. Please clap for them. 2, Cabinet Affairs Office of the President of the Federation. 3, Ministry of Police Affairs. 4, Federal Ministry of Transportation. 5, Ministry of Defense. 6, Federal Ministry of Finance. 7, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. 8, Ministry of Aviation. 9, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian and Disaster Management and Social Development. And the 10th position is the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade, and Development. So like I said earlier, if you have not heard the name of your MD, please go back and put in a lot more effort to ensure that this time next year, the name of your MDA will be announced. I'm also pleased to inform you that our drive to promote a culture of innovation in the service has been sustained. 4 editions of the annual innovation competition have been held so far, and a number of ideas that emerged from the competition, as well as others developed in-house by some officers, are being used to carry out various tasks in the service. Most prominent, CBT application for the conduct of confirmation exams in the civil stage, and the office management solution which has helped the office to effectively reallocate and manage office spaces in the various phases of the Federal Secretariat complex in Abuja. Furthermore, it is pertinent to note that the digitalization of work processes is another reference point in the remarkable ongoing transformation of the Federal Civil Service and is central to e-governance and e-learning. Following the extensive work carried out in collaboration with the Ike Makwede Foundation, an independent, not-for-profit organization focused on driving public sector transformation in Africa, the Office of the Head of Civil Service has fully digitized all personnel and policy files and is implementing digital transaction of workflow processes as all official correspondence in form of memos, internal and external circulars are processed electronically through the ECM solution. It will also, I would also like to bring it to your attention that we have insisted that even mails coming from other MDs should be sent electronically to the Office of the Head of Service. We have email addresses that you can sit in your office, save your transport money, and send mails directly to the Office of the Head of Service. So you don't need to come from Calabar or Uyo or Lokoja to Abuja to submit a letter to the Office of the Head of Service. It is pleasing to also inform that some other MDAs have also deployed this ECM solution, and some of these are the Federal Ministry of Transportation, the Federal Ministry of Finance, and also the Ministry of Education. And all others are also at an advanced stage of deployment of their own ECMS solution. Ladies and gentlemen, though this is an interactive session, I only thought that it's important to highlight some of the recent developments salient to this year's theme. This update is also in line with our desire to ensure inclusiveness and wide consultation in our activities and decision-making processes, so as to actualize improved capacity and wealth all personnel. A major recent development in this area is the fish housing estate, Gwagwalada, which has been completed in record time and is a demonstration of government's commitment to the welfare. I'm glad that you have honored our invitation, and a more comprehensive brief will be made available online after the media panel later today. However, it is important at this juncture to underscore the fact that all these achievements were recorded as a result of the commitment and dedication of officers across the service. And I commend all who are serving as worthy ambassadors in their various offices and on their desks across the service. Our meeting today should be seen as a family meeting. It should be interactive, and we must make the best of this time together. As I conclude my remarks, I wish to reiterate the commitment of the government to addressing the concerns of civil servants, particularly in this challenging period. Be assured that Mr. President remains committed to our welfare, and he is determined to bring about better days for the service. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I once again thank you all for joining this interactive session and wish us all happy celebrations. God bless us all.
Once again, we want to appreciate our digital head of service of the Federation for the wonderful remarks. Thank you so much, ma, for your words, your great words. Because like you said, this is an interactive session and you called it a family meeting. Everyone is expected to feel free to express him or herself in the next few minutes when we will be taking questions, comments, and observations from our distinguished participants. And as we earlier announced, please ensure that your device is appropriately named. When you are asking your question, make sure you state your name, your grade level, and your MDA, the name of your MDA. Ensure that you avoid noisy background, as we have earlier said, and every question, comment, or observation should not exceed 3 minutes. Please, if you are asking a question and you want to ask directly, you want to interact with digital head of service of the Federation, ensure you raise up your hand. We will call you from there using the name you put on your device. And once again, on behalf of head of service of the Federation, Dr. Fola Shadi-Ebieson, CFR, we want to welcome all of you to this family meeting today. Participants, distinguished participants, you now have the floor to ask your questions, make your comments, and also make your observations. Once again, you're welcome. Good morning, everyone. And so, first on the screen, we will be calling Adebayo Bamidele Hassan. Adebayo Bamidele Hassan, I hope you are ready to ask your question, make your comment or observation. Please ensure you enable your video so that we can see your face and also introduce yourself and mention the name of your MBA. You have the floor. Adebayo Bamidele Hassan.
Good morning, ma. My name is Bamidele Hassan from Federal Polytechnic, Karamuda.
Good morning.
Ma, I'm very happy to see you live at the Civil Service Week. My question goes straight to this age-long dichotomy. Ma, it is since about 2 years ago now that the bill has been passed and has been sent to the president for assent. But up till now, ma, nothing is heard about the bill being passed like others.
Sorry, Bamidele, can you undo your video? When you are asking a question, please put your video on so that you can put your face to it.
Okay.
Accept to be a panelist. Kindly accept to be a panelist, please.
Okay, accept to be a panelist, and then you can put your video on. Okay, while you are trying to do that and while others are warming up, let me just answer that question quickly. The issue of dichotomy. Are you on? Yes. Adebayo, can you hear me?
Please unmute.
Unmute yourself, please.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself now.
Okay.
You went to button up your t-shirt. Okay, Adebayo, let me answer your question while you are resting up here. The dichotomy between HND and BSc, like you said, it's been a long argument, and we have involved NUC, the Universities Commission. We also involved MBTE, the Polytechnics Commission, to try to solve this issue.
And also the Federal Ministry of Education. There was a committee that was set up, the Office of the Head of Service, Federal Ministry of Education, MBTE, and NUC. And what came out from that, I want everybody to listen carefully so that we would understand what happened. And what came out of that committee, the report from that committee, was that the curriculum that is being used in the universities to award degrees is very difficult, is very different from the curriculum used in the polytechnics. So you cannot equate a polytechnic degree, HND, to a university degree, BSc. And so what they proposed is that, like every other thing in service, that those that are already received HND should do a conversion program. And then after the conversion program, you come out with BTech. And then you can now convert to become a university degree holder. And that conversion program, I think they said, was either 11 or 12 months. So it is not an automatic thing that as we would have wanted it to be. But in addition to that, some polytechnics now have been accredited to run BTech directly. And if they run that program directly, it's the same as having a university degree. But once it is HND, you need to go for that conversion program to be converted. So now I hope that is clear. It is not something that can be legislated on because these things have to do with curriculums. The curriculum of the university is different from that of the polytechnics. And so you can't merge the two together. I hope you understand that. Adebayo.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So please, if you are affected, we'll just go and do the conversion program quickly, please. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, there's another question here. Adekunle Omishore, I saw your question online. Are you there? Are you online?
Yes, Adekunle. Yes. Adekunle is here. Unmute yourself, Adekunle Omishore.
Unmute yourself, Adekunle Omishore from Ministry of Defense.
Kindly accept.
Yes, ma'am. Here, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. And
Yeah,
thank you
accept.
for the good work you are doing, ma'am.
Hello, Adekunle Omishore. Kindly accept to be a panelist, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As a panelist, okay.
So turn on your video now.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah,
my name is Adekunle Omishore. I'm a level 15 officer at the Ministry of Defense, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's about the promotion interview and the fact that we did hear that some.
Adekunle Omishore, put on the video, please.
Okay, while we're trying to reconnect with Adekunle Omishore, we will go ahead and take the next question. Isa Suleiman Adamu, if you're there, please enable your video so that we can see your eyes. Your head of service of the Federation is willing to take your question now. Please go ahead. Your name and your MDA, please, and ask your question. Isa Suleiman Adamu, I hope you are there. Please.
Adamu. Yes, calling you from Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. I'm very glad to be here with you on this platform. It is a great opportunity. We thank you elephantly. We have seen a lot of reforms and policy initiatives innovatively that are uplifting the productivity and competency of the civil servants. Thank you very much. For that, with your kind permission, I would like also to employ you to this.
Mr. Adamu,
yes,
can you put the camera on your face? Your head of service on your face. We want to see your face. Please, let's see your. Yes, focus the camera on your face. Good.
Yeah. Can you see
your face now? No. Focus the camera on your face. Yes, okay. Yes.
All right. This is Isa Suleiman Adamu, Mr. Bossen. Thank you. All right. So for that, we have seen a lot of innovations that are driving the productivity of the present civil service. Thank you very much for that. We also wish you a very good, healthy and business. So I want to take on this, the present day civil service. There are a lot of training institutions and other like CMD, ASCON, PSNI, that are of world class to be favorably competing with every a world class skills driving institution. My take here, I would have loved to see a civil service that will come beyond the HND and OND awarding institutions. Under your drive and your initiative, the civil service is supposed to have been a world-class civil service that can produce quality graduates through our training institutions that are available on the ground. So we need to see that initiative. Maybe I may propose to say that Dr. Paula Shade Imi Esan Civil Service University. To that, the second one is for me also, to look at one of the policies that are very good in nature, but the reality of that policy is not giving a good result to the end users. That is the administration of group life. We have seen and witnessed prompt and timely budget and group life appointment of brokers and consultants. But to the reality, since inception of this program from 2010 to date, the result is quite very negative on the implementation of the funds that are given to settle the debt benefits, more especially from my own side, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. We have outstanding cases since from 2010 to date that the next of kin cannot even access those funds. And it is quite glaring and is giving a bit bad image to the present day civil service under your watchman. We need that one to be evaluated. And also those brokers involved should be called to order and please settle those that are owing this. Then the next one, the sixth pillar. Yes, the sixth pillar of the
Thank you.
I want to speak on it, please.
Thank you. She wants to respond to your questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Isa, you want to finish all the questions? This kindness. Yes, kindness. Okay, so your first comment on civil service university is well noted, and it's a very, very good suggestion. We've started work on converting MDIs to certificate awarding institutions. And once we're able to do that, and as they develop more, they will become full-fledged universities by the grace of God. So work has started on that. But my concern really is on the group life insurance. Thank you for bringing this up. We need to understand that as from 2010, like you said, there were a lot of discrepancies. However, in the last 4 years, we have made sure that insurance is being awarded to insurance companies as at when due. That means that when the insurance expires, before the insurance expires, it's an annual thing. It's an annual renewal. However, before this was done, there were some years that there was no insurance cover at all. There were some that the insurance was not done as at when due. So there were some months that were skipped, and the insurance people insist that when there is no cover, there can't be any payment. So this group of people is the ones that we are having issues with. That is what we call the backlog. That is people that died when there was no insurance cover. However, in the last 2 years, we have been able to get some money from Ministry of Finance to address this backlog. Last year, I think we got about 3 billion, and we were able to pay close over 500 next of kin that were in the backlog. This year also, we've gotten some money from finance. The department has even gone round MDAs for verification to also pay another lump sum that we pay directly to the next of kin. We collect their bank details, and we pay directly to the next of kin from the Give Me platform. So please, if you know anybody that falls into this category in your ministry, please let us have their names when they were born and everything. And then we also have group life insurance desk officers in every MDA, and we meet with them regularly in the office of the head of service. And we also ensure that they collect these things. If your insurance desk officer is not efficient, that is when we see these problems. But when the desk officer is very, very efficient, then they bring up this list to us and put them on top log. When we started, we had over, I think, 4 million on the backlog list, and we've been gradually been reducing that list. So please, PAMSEC Health, ask for your group life insurance desk officer today and let him give you an update as to what is happening. I'm going to get feedback from you, PAMSEC Health. Please, it's important that civil servants that worked very hard while in service get what is due to them when they die in active service. So please, PAMSEC Health, give me a feedback on what is happening there.
Thank you so much, Ma, for the response. Now we take the next question from Kindness Odigili. Kindness Odigili, please unmute your video and tell us your name and your MDA. Thank you so much. Welcome. Just for information, in addition to those who are indicating interest to ask to interact directly with our head of service of the Federation. Questions can also be taken or asked via the Office of the Head of the Civil Service Facebook and YouTube. Please. Yes, those handles, you can go there and then go send your questions. We will address those questions and present them.
Good morning. I'm online. Good morning, Ma. Good morning, Ma.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Ma, for your good works on the innovations. But I want to join the man that spoke previously, or the last man that spoke before I came on the issue of implementation. On the issue of implementation, I observed as a person that the policies are good ones, but the implementation is on the area of if the office of
Please hold on, please. Hello, 1 minute.
Yes. Okay, my name is Mr. Kindness from the Ministry of Niger Delta Development.
Your rank, please.
Okay, I'm a level 12 officer. I want to suggest, as a matter of the concerning the implementation, on the issue that this should be a committee to monitor the implementation of PMS all over the ministries, because year in, year out, most agencies receive their training funds and they get their training budgets approved. But how are they implementing this training? If you watch carefully, go around the ministries. I'm from head of service before I came here, and I discovered that most of the agencies only concentrate on their staffs that are in Abuja. The chunk portion of the civil servants are scattered all over the federation. The PMS training, as we speak, have not even reached any of the state offices or their staffs outside. And this PMS training is very, very important. So I'm appealing that the head of service should have a committee to go around and monitor the agencies for the implementation of this PMS. It's very educative outside even the issue of the work, improving the efficiency of the civil servants. I believe is very, very educative to individuals. And then the second point I would like to raise is concerning stagnation on conversion. The last conversion that was released for pool officers, there were officers who their effective date of conversion were not indicated. And as a result, knowing fully well that these conversions will go a long way to affect people if they are not implemented at the right time. The essence of conversion is to be able to meet up with the length of service you have. So whereby you are stagnated, you are now converting somebody to lose over 6 to 10 years as a result of conversion. Then what's the essence of conversion? So I'm appealing that this conversion of a thing should be looked into properly so that people can get the benefit of doing conversion. You can go to school and after getting it and you come for conversion, you lose it all. So that is my second appeal. Then thirdly, the personnel audit verification, or when the head of service go out, I want to beg that the training department officials should be attached. So when you get to any ministry, you check out the level of training that is going on in that ministry at the state level, not concentrating only in Abuja. When you get to, for example, Delta, for example, you get to Ministry of Education, you should be able to tell how well have these people been trained, because these innovations are going to go a long way to improving the agenda.
Okay, thank you very much, Kindness, for your suggestions. We've taken notes on your suggestions. Most of what you said are suggestions. So we've taken notes on all your suggestions. Thank you. Francis, CFO, please look into this conversion. There are quite a number of questions on conversions. please, you need to look into what is happening with them. Okay, so please, let's go on.
Thank you so much, Ma. We will be taking 3 questions now so that Head of Service of the Federation can respond to those questions. Chinwe Uba Water, are you there? Please, if you are there, enable your video and ask your questions. 2 minutes, please. Friday, Yakubu, and then Agiri, Blessing, be on standby, please. Chinwe Uba Water, you have the floor, please. If he's not ready, let's take Friday, Yakubu. Friday, Yakubu, are you there?
Okay, Chinwe Walter.
Okay, Agiri Blessing, are you there? Are you still asking your question? Please. If you are there, you have the floor to ask your question. This is a family meeting. Please, go ahead. Agree, Blessing, please enable your video and ask your questions. Don't forget to mention your name and your FPA and your rank.
Good morning, Ma. My name is Onyeki Eberenji. I'm talking from somebody's device. That's why it's reading. I'm a principal information officer in the press unit of the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. Good morning, Ma. I will be speaking on behalf of civil servants with disability. Ma, it is a known fact that Nigerians are going through a very difficult time as at today. But I dare to say that for persons with disability, it is a double jeopardy. For instance, persons with disability that come to the office on a daily basis, most of them, they spend at least 6,000 naira to come to the office on a daily basis. And if we assume that these persons, they come 20 days in a month, that will amount to about 120,000 naira. Now, some persons out of empathy may want to say, you don't need to come to the office every day because of this much you spend. But this will not give these officers fulfillment because they really want to contribute their quota. Now, my question is, for the sake of inclusivity, is it possible for the head of service, the Office of the Head of Service, to leverage on the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability, UNCRPD, and then the Disability Act 2018, Nigerian Disability Act 2018, to hold a pilot interactive section with persons with disability, an interactive section and an empowerment program, to have an interactive section with these persons, and then during the interactive section, it's possible to identify their peculiarities, their challenges, and then be able to provide solutions to mitigate some of these identified challenges. And then some of such solutions could be, like it is done in other climes, be able to give disability allowance. And this will help these officers to be able to come to the office and be able to contribute their quota to national development through the service. Ma, I dare say that if this is done, this will give fulfillment and self-worth to these officers with disability. This is my humble submission. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm going to harvest 3 questions and then answer all the 3.
So, Shiweba Water, are you now available, or we go to Friday, Yakubu? Friday Yakubu, if you are available, please, you have the floor to ask your question. Chika. Chika, Enwezo, are you there? Okay, Friday Yakubu, you have the floor, please. Don't forget to enable your video. Tell us your name, your grade level, and then your MBA. Your rank, too. If you have been given an opportunity to ask a question, accept to be a panelist so that your video will be enabled. Please note this.
Okay, while we're waiting, I have some questions here on promotion areas. So while we are waiting to become a panelist, let me just answer the question on disabilities and promotion areas. The one on disabilities, thank you very much for the suggestions. And I know that we have an office, staff welfare office, that deals with issues of disability and how to make sure they're as comfortable as can be. And I'm aware that right now we're trying to compile data on persons with disabilities in service. We want to know how many people we need to cater for and what their disabilities are. So please, just liaise with that office. Once we get the data, then we can now, working with the commission there's a commission that's also looking after people with disabilities. We would work with them and then fashion out a policy. That's what we're working on those that are disabled and are in service. But we would harvested your ideas and we would work with it going forward. Then the question of promotion areas. I must say that right now we shouldn't be dealing with issues of promotion areas anymore. Because when the promotions are done as at when due, then you don't need to now have promotion areas. If your promotions are conducted before the 1st of January of when the promotion will take effect. So please, directors, HR, and permanent secretaries, please make sure that promotion is done as at when due. The government does not have money to even pay legitimate promotion money. And then we're now adding up a lot of money as promotion areas. I think what I'll do at the next interactive session is to list out the ministries that don't do promotion as at when due, so that staff themselves can take it up with their directors, HR, and their permanent secretaries. Because several times we've sent out circulars, we have at the permanent secretaries meeting, we have emphasized that promotions must be conducted as at when due. It is when we don't do this that we have promotion areas. That is the first part of it. The second part of it is that sometimes last year, after this type of interactive session, there was a circular that was sent out to all MDAs to compile a list of officers that have arrears or allowances due to them. And a date was given for submission because we were working with the budget office to ensure that these payments were made last year. It is sad for me to say that the only agencies that responded to that circular were parastatals. No MDA responded. And I took it to the permanent secretary's meeting again And I said, this circular has come out. I've not received any response from ministries. And everybody said, we will send it, we will send it. Up till date, I've not received anything. So as far as I am concerned, it means that government is not owing anybody promotion arrears. So if you believe you are being owed promotion arrears, please go and hold your DHRM's neck and your permanent secretary's neck. Because from this office, we have tried to do everything in our power to ensure that these things are paid. But if the list doesn't come into this office, there's very little we can do about it. And then lastly, Mr. Adeni Adetomi, thank you very much for your paper on PMS. I saw it. It's a very, very rich paper. I sent it to the permanent secretary, career management office that is in charge of PMS. And I told him to acknowledge, because I read through the paper myself, and it is a very, very good paper. Thank you very much. And I appreciate civil servants that bring up ideas in writing to the office of the head of service. We don't ignore any of these things that you sent to us. We actually look at it and, take points from it to improve on what we do. So thank you very much, Mr. Adeni Abidu. I'm going to insist that PAMSEC CM will send you an acknowledgement today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dauda. Are you there? Are you ready? While we also invite Adekunle Obishore.
No, anything on promotion arrears. I think Dauda is on promotion.
Okay, ma'am. Ahmed Oyerebu, are you there, please? You have the floor to ask your question. Enable your video and please go ahead to ask your question. Oyerebu, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Turn on your video, please.
Turn on your video.
Your video should be enabled, please. Good.
Good morning, Head of Service, OPAM Secretary. My name is Abraham Medomwaka, Chief Laboratory Technology to National Board for Technology Incubation, Federal Ministry of Science and Tech. First and foremost, standing on all existing protocol, I want to appreciate the Office of the Head of Service for all that you've been doing in ensuring that civil servants across Nigeria have an enabling environment for working. My major questions have been answered, the issue of conversion, the issue of studies and more of that. But now, there is something else. Recently, we have a lot of satellite campuses, online courses that are coming on board. And as civil servants, some of us that can't travel out of the country, we want to maybe attend some of these courses. And now my question is, when we do such courses and write to the ministry, would the ministry acknowledge, for instance, I had an admission letter from KCT University, KCT Business School, USA, Delaware, USA. My fear was attending such course at so huge amount of money, and at the end of the day, it will not be acknowledged by the office. So, I want to know, when we attend such courses, because they are second issue is the issue of promotion. Promotion examination. We all know that now things are very tough. Many agencies don't pay. They don't pay DPA for civil servants going for promotion, and then the risk involved in writing, going for promotion examination for instance, I'm based in Inewi, Anambra State. If I have to go for promotion, I have to travel all the way from here to Abuja to write a promotion examination. So I'm suggesting if the ministry and as well as the head of service can come up with a CBT-based test for civil servants, instead of us having to, one, spend so much amount of money going to Abuja to write promotion examination, let us have a kind of a CBT-based test, just like we have JAMB and many other CBT-based tests for students. We can also have CBT-based tests for civil servants so that we can cut one cost and as well as have this thing done, results published as soon as possible. Thank you very much, man. God bless you for your effort.
Thank you very much, Anne. Yes, I agree with you that it's important for us to move to CBT exams. But you must understand that it is not the office of the head of service that conducts promotion examinations. It is the Federal Civil Service Commission. And we have advised the commission to move from the type of exams to CBT examinations. And I know that they're working on that assiduously. And we have also encouraged them and told them that whatever it is they need the office of the head of service to do to assist them to be able to achieve this, we will do it. But it is the sole responsibility of the Federal Civil Service Commission to conduct promotion exams. The one that is in our own sphere, I've also told the permanent secretary, CMO, and the permanent secretary CSO, because we have a pool of officers under the office of the head of service. And we've also insisted that the next promotion exam must be CBT instead of what we have been doing. And this is because the office of the head of service has a record of CBT exams already. The Compro exams are being conducted CBT. Also, we had this pre-promotion training for levels 14 going to 15 just a few months ago. And this was successfully, all the training and the examination was done online. And it proves that, gradually we are moving to a complete digitized service. Very soon, all examinations will be done digitally. So yes, we are working gradually, and we're also working with the Civil Service Commission for promotion exams for level 15 to 17. And this office is working to ensure that promotion of level to level 14 will be done by CBT, so that as soon as you finish, you go home with your scores. I can assure you that that work is in progress. Then on accreditation, please don't do any online course without first going to either Ministry of Education or NUC to be sure that that course is accredited. It's not all online courses that are accredited, because when you bring your certificates, we now write to them to ask them if the institutions have been accredited for the program you went for there. And if they say that that university is not accredited, we cannot take the certificate. So please, before you enroll for any online program, please write to NUC or go to Ministry of Education. Let them find out for you. And it's better if you write so that you have something in writing to show that, yes, the course, they said that the course is accredited. Please save your money. Don't do any program that is not accredited. Thank you.
We go to the next question. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the response. We go to the next question. Longino Ikechukwu Okafor, are you available to ask your question? Ikechukwu Okafor, Dr. Alenyi Innocent Onu. Please, are you available for your questions?
Yes, I'm available for my question. I will join us.
Great.
Yes. Yes, good morning, my doctor. You've been doing a great work in civil service. We've seen great transformation and performance and productivity of the civil servant. I wouldn't want to keep you unduly present because my questions have been answered and you have given clear, vivid answers to them, especially as it concerns promotion arrears, because it's been so devastating. I'm a deputy director. I'm a deputy director, and I work with the National Agency for the Great Green Wall. Because it's so amazing because I was on grade level 14, I had my promotion, and when I was going to grade level 15, but as we speak, that was 2018. Up till now, that promotion area from 14 to 15 had never been paid. We've been making noise even up to last week. We've also met our human resources, and they said they've sent everything to the office of the Accountant General. Each time you go there, they say they are working about it, some people on leave, and all of that. You know, it dampens the morale of the civil servant. For 6 years thereabout, your promotion arrears is still being held. Some have even retired, and they've not been paid. But good enough, you've given clear, vivid, proactive answers. We need to interface with our human resources department and directors, and maybe the people who are there in the Prime Minister Secretary, to see that backlog of promotion arrears are not entertained when promotion is conducted as at when due. Thank you so much, and I want to ask just one pertinent question before we close now. Because of the performance management systems that the civil service is also engaging. Now we are going to, how do we compute the former APA and the performance management system now? They'll put them in place. But I think it's also very important that we don't just do it. If it's performance management systems we're going to actually adopt, that would be very great. And then we need to also enforce this, that it should be done. Because since 2021 up till date, 2024, and it's going to be reviewed perhaps 2025, some organizations have not keyed into this. I think more emphasis should be given to this, and so that we have a productive civil service under your leadership. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. I'll just go straight to what you said on performance management. Like I've been saying, there are circulars to that effect. And even at the retreat that we held last month with permanent secretaries, we have reiterated that APA is no more a document that is in use in the Federal Civil Service. We are not using APA anymore. And so if in your ministry, you do not have PMS score, I don't know how we're going to compute score for you for promotion. So better go and sit down with your director HRM or your permanent secretary. And permanent secretaries have been mandated to cascade everything they learned in the retreat to their officers in the office. Virtually every permanent secretary was directed to have their own retreat where their goals, their objectives will be cascaded to their agencies, and then that of the ministry, they would sign them. So if permanent secretaries have not done that, please let me know which ministry you are in so that I can call the permanent secretary to come and give an account. We had the retreat early in the year. and they got matching instructions to go and do the same in their own ministry and agencies that are attached to them. And I'm aware, because quite a number of MDAs have been inviting staff from the Office of the Head of Service for training. So if your own MDA has not, I didn't get your MDA, but please, you can send your MDA to me. I'm going to call your PAMSEC immediately. Let your PAMSEC come and give an account on why the retreat has not held. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With your permission, Head of Service, just as you were speaking, we received an interesting poem from one of the participants, whose name is Onuyi Majebi from the Federal Cooperative College, Ibadan. His poem felicitates with all Nigerians on the occasion of the 2024 Civil Service Week. We want to thank him for sharing that beautiful poem with us. Next, we will go to take the next participant who has a question. Isa Suleiman, you've already asked your question. We will go to Shika Enwezo. Are you available, Shika Enwezo?
I am available, sir.
Okay, please join us. Enable your video and ask your question. You have the floor.
If I'm going to do that, okay, you see that?
Shika, we're waiting for you, please. Are you there?
Turn on your video, please.
Turn on your video. She's already connected. Shika, please, you have the floor. Can you talk? So we go to Best Man Ochulo, if Chika is not ready. Best Man Ochulo, are you available to ask your questions?
Good afternoon. I'm available.
Great.
Good morning.
To enable your video, please.
Accept to enable your video, please. Okay. Please, once you are called to ask your question, just simply accept to be a participant so that your video will be enabled. I mean, as a panel, as a panelist, so that your video will be enabled.
I've done that. Oh, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I have two questions I really want to ask. One, you have talked about the promotion areas issue, and I'm trying to, can't we have a solution to it whereby exams could be conducted first quarter of the year so that promotion letter could be released? Because, for instance, the 223 promotion exam that was written in November, I wrote the exam, and I think it was last month the head of service sent to Civil Service Commission, and a year, 223 have already gone, and to collect that promotion areas will be something else. I've been on promotion areas for almost 4 years now. I've not seen. Then the second question is on LIP. After our second exam, up to now, we have not had anything in respect to that. So I don't know if there is any progress that is being done on that, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I think you should check online, please. The results are always published with P exams. The results are always published online. You won't get a personal thing, but it's there online. After the second exam, those that will do the oral exam have been put online, so please check. And then the issue of promotion, I've said it over and over again. I won't go into that anymore. Promotions, I've said it should be conducted before the end of the year. And then sometimes even we as civil servants, we claim that we have promotion areas. Meanwhile, we don't have promotion areas. So we need to sit down with our directors, HR, and to understand that if you sit for exam in the year you're supposed to be promoted, your new salary will start from the 1st of January of the next year, not the year you start for the exam. So even if you start in January, February, March, April, May, June, you are sitting as at when you are due. So it will take effect from January of the following year. That's how you calculate promotion. Not in the year, if you are due this year, you will sit for the exam, but you won't start reaping until January of the next year.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We go to the next question. This is going to be taken by Basi Echemi. Echemi Basi, are you available to ask your question? Accept to be a panelist and enable your video, please. Your name, rank, and MBA, please. Are you there, Echemi? Unmute yourself. You are available? Okay.
It's not available. Go to the next.
Echemi, you are not available? Chinelo Nwako, are you available? Yes. Chinelo Nwako.
Yes, I'm available.
Great. Accept to be a panelist and enable your video. Then go ahead to ask your question. Please appreciate your joining.
Yes, I'm available.
On your video.
Turn on your video.
Yeah, I've done that.
Video.
You're hearing me well?
Very well. Introduce your name.
I'm Chinelo Nwankwo from Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal. Good morning, ma, PAMSECs and directors and my colleagues. Ma, I'm happy to be here again. I had wanted to make this during your visit while we closed our AIG leaders program sponsored by AIG Foundation. Mine is more of a suggestion because talking about digitalization all this while. If you ask me, I haven't seen solid concrete efforts there. I've only noticed that your office is now fully digital. And I was thinking, how do we take this across the bar and to other places? And you said something that struck me, and that was where you said we are sent out for promotion areas and not everybody responded. And why can't we gazette points here? Let me just highlight them, whereby letters now to start on this digitalization of a thing. Letters, all letters to MDAs should and must be through soft copies and acknowledgement received. One is to reduce waste in governance, in the government, and is also going to, put people in the know of how to facilities because many people don't. And I also want to use this opportunity to also let you know and thank the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. There is this program they are running every once in a month. Devs in government attending, and they've also partnered with National Data Protection Council and Data.org to teach civil servants free. So I know about it. That's why I'm also putting it out here to teach civil servants, data management, digitalization, all these things. Because I believe it will go a long way. If we even start from, I believe it will go a long way. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much for your efforts. I wish you all the best. Happy civil service week to all of us. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you very much. Whatever it will take us for the whole service to become digital, we will do it. Thank you for your suggestions. But let me also let you know that if a letter comes in via our email in the office of the head of service, we also ensure that we send a reply via that email address. And I encourage all other MTs to please do the same. Please, it's important for us to stop wasting the scarce government resources. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Ibri Obeton, yes, Obeton. It's your time to ask your question. Are you available? Share to man, please. If you're available, you have the floor to ask your question. Accept to be a panelist and then enable your video. Adeniyi, are you also on? Okay, Shehu Umar, you have the floor. Please accept to be a panelist and enable your video. Then ask your question. Looks like Shehu is not ready. Adeniyi, if you are ready, please go ahead to ask the question.
Shehu is just ready. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Good morning.
This is to acknowledge all the good work you have been doing in the repositioning of the civil service. Thank you very much, Madam. Yes, just like you have answered some of these questions that I intended to ask, we are grateful that you are really taking the civil service to the next level. My question now is on the fish program. Since almost 3 years now, we enrolled for the fish program. We have not had any correspondence from the fish office. And the way and manner they are handling the program is really not encouraging. There should be that feedback mechanism whereby the subscribers will be carried on the activities of the office. Thank you very much for the good work you are doing. God bless you.
Website. Are you on the fish website?
Oh, no, ma. I'm not.
That's it. There's a fish website. Anytime we have opportunities that we want civil servants to key into, we put it out there on the fish website. You must understand that everything now in Office of the Head of Service has gone digital. Because I remember that when we were looking for core civil servants, we had to go from MDA to MDA. And people are saying they have enrolled for fish for 4 years. But if you don't constantly go to the website and see what is happening there, you will lose out. So please make it a habit of going to the website to look at what they have uploaded, what new things is there. Because there are always new estates that we're putting up there and waiting for servants to subscribe to.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Listen.
There are no more questions. Adeniyi, are you available?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, you have the floor. Accept to be a panelist and enable your video, please.
Yes, I want good afternoon, good morning, the head of service, and I want to commend your efforts for giving us the opportunity. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
My question has to do with what we are doing to product of.
Name and ministry.
Hello.
Your name and MBA.
My name is Dr. Adeni Adedoyin. Yes.
Yes,
okay, my name is Dr. Adeni Adedoyin. I'm a director in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Dr. Adeni Adedoyin, MNI.
Okay.
So my question, ma, it borders on product of NIFs.
Hold on. I said you are.
Hello, can you hear me, ma?
Yes, you are the one that sent me the memo.
Hello.
She said you are the one that sent her the memo on PMS, right? Were you the one that sent?
Cracking. That line is cracking.
Your network is not.
Yes, I'm the one. I'm the one.
Okay, so go on. Go on.
Yes,
please.
I'm the one that sent in the. Yes, what I observe is that they haven't spent close to 10 million naira as a participant fee for directors to attend 1 year residential course in NIPS. And during that training, they also go to African trips, international trips, and they learned a lot during that 1 year residency. And on coming back to MDAs, I don't know whether there's a plan on in the Office of Data Service to assess, number one, where they are placed, two, to also assess their input after 1 year they have come back from NIPS. Because if you do that, you will discover that it's a very serious situation. Some of our graduates from MNI, they come back, they just put them anywhere. Even in some ministry, they don't even have the space they left was filled when they were not around. When they came back, they could not even find a place for some time. So what I'm trying to say is that as part of talent management, that is a FISI pillar number one. And as a way of also strengthening the public service, I think graduate of NIPS should be strategically positioned so that they can cascade knowledge gain during this 1 year at NIPS as a way of strengthening the public service. That is my suggestion, ma. Thank you, ma.
Very, very good suggestion. The PAMSEC CMO has noted that. I think we should start having a database of everybody that has been trained outside of the normal service, not only me, even those that are being trained by database. We need to have a database. And my suggestion is that if you are very well trained, you come and join us of head of You didn't hear that. So maybe we should use you as a test case. I will post you to come and work with me in the office of head of service so that you can practicalize what you have learned. I agree with you that I'm sure you're not doing much where you are now. So we will definitely look at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, for the response. Thank you, Director. Mohammed Bala Masu, are you available? Sunday, Chijioke, are you also available? We have very few, just a very small minute to call it a day. Mohammed Bala Masu, are you available? Please, if your question has been taken earlier by any of the other participants, please lower your hand.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm available.
Accept to be a panelist and enable your video. Then you have the floor. Are you ready?
Mohammed Bala.
Mohammed Bala, are you with us? Mohammed Bala Masu.
If you can't harvest it.
Mohammed Bala Masu, you have the floor. Sunday Shijoke, are you there? It appears the questions are not coming again, and so we.
Sunday.
Okay. Okay, Sunday Shijoke, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Please, you have the floor. Accept to be a panelist, and then enable your video. Sunday Shijoke. Oh, it's gone.
No, it's written there.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Please enable your video. Grace.
Please go ahead with your.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Sorry, ma. I'm Sunday Chijoke, Irolo from Head of Service, ma. Performance Management Department. Ma, please, my own is plead, ma, in respect of Fish House Gwagwalada, ma. Please, ma, I'm on level 7, and then I'm hearing that some level 7 officers are not qualified for the house. That is from level 8. And I'm due for writing to level 8 this year, and then the promotion is not yet, have not been conducted, ma. Please, we are pleading that you help us and consider up to level 7 to be able to acquire the house, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Let me explain why level 7 was left out. It's not because we don't like level 7 officers. It's just because of your repayment. You know, by the time you get a loan and the amount you will be repaying every month, by the time they deduct it from your level 7 salary, you might not get anything to take home again. So it's not that we're discriminating against level 7 officers. Please. But go and see the director overseeing the office of the PAMSEC and tell her that because of your special plea, she should see what she can do for you. Thank you. Then I also have, I've read something about a staff from National Agri-Seeds Council. The Gwagwalada estate is reserved for core civil servants. Those of you that are in agencies, parastatals, you've had a field day with all our estates. So this particular one, Gwagwalada, is reserved for core civil servants, that is those that are in the ministries. So Kayode Adisa, staff from National Agri-Seeds Council, I can see your question online, and I'm answering that. We are not giving fish in Gwagwalada to agencies or councils. We have reserved it for core civil servants.
Mohammed Bala.
Okay, Mohammed Bala, please. Accept to be a panelist. Great.
Unmute yourself, please.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
You're still muted.
A head of civil service of the Federation, ma, permits me to stand on the existing protocols. Good morning, everyone. My only a comment or like suggestion in terms of policy deployment and working on. My name is Mohammed Balamasu. I work with Federal Ministry of Health. I'm a grade level 12 officer. Ma, I don't know whether there is an existing policy that monitor intelligence in terms of, for instance, the space I work with, healthcare policy. Nigeria, as of today, we have been battling with insecurity in terms of the normal security system, banditry, Boko Haram, and all of that. And we have been monitoring those intelligence. However, I think one key very area that we have neglected in terms of intelligence is healthcare intelligence. I can give you instances. It's a space in the Federal Ministry of Health where we work with a lot of donor agencies and foreign agencies. And from my small interaction, I'm still baby in the civil service, but I begin to see certain contributions by some of our development partners that if you do a deep dive of understanding of why they are supporting some programs or that, you will come to realize that those programs are not the major objective of them supporting Nigeria as a country. I can give you an example, Ma. When I was in JSS 3, during my secondary school lifetime, there was this policy implemented by the Federal Ministry of Education that divides secondary school system into senior, they have their principal, junior, they have their principal. For my own thinking, since that time, I begin to still ask myself, what is the comparison of the level of competency people produce before that policy and after that policy? I have begun to see that majority of the government school degenerated as a result of those policies. So what are we doing in terms of intelligence as it relates to policy and partnership of the Nigerian government with other development partners? Thank you and over.
Thank you very much. You've raised a very, very pertinent issue that I think all of us as civil servants should go back and rethink. You know, the normal thing is that when somebody is bringing money in, you just want to go and follow the person without reasoning and thinking of the effect that policy or that program will have on the country as a whole. And that is why we're introducing a lot more modules into the Smart P program. Now we have a module on project management. I think we should also have another module on the reasoning behind projects or programs in itself. We need to be able to assess the effects of these programs on the citizens before we take those programs wholeheartedly. And I believe that with the kind of training that we are getting now and the ability to think beyond just what is in front of us, strategic thinking, strategic thinking. Any civil servant, we must be able to think strategically. I've asked the PAMSEC CMO to jot that down. In strategic thinking, you place yourself and think, okay, in 10 years, 20 years, where should I position myself? And that is how we can improve in the service. So thank you very much for that thought-provoking suggestion. I'm glad that there are PAMSECs that are still online. They have heard you. And I hope that they will take that up also in approving programs and recommending programs that the country should run. We need to interrogate these programs much more than we're doing. Please, we all need to rethink. Don't just, because somebody or a director has brought a suggestion to you, does not mean that we should take it hook, line, and sinker. We need to rethink it. Thank you very, very much. What's your name again? Mohammed Balas. I won't forget Minister of Health. I won't forget your name in a long time. I actually like that contribution. Very good one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Ma, with your permission, Ma, we're already behind schedule. We are aware that you have a media panel in the next 1 hour. Do we still go ahead, Ma, and take one more question?
Not the last one.
Okay, the last question now. Aliyu Edo Oga, are you ready? Aliyu Edo Oga, are you ready for your question? Please, this is the last question for today. If you're not ready, Dumade Odesomi, please, are you ready? You have a platform to ask the last question, please. If you are ready.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Let me first of all thank you for what you are doing for the civil service as a.
Please accept to be a panelist and enable your video so that we can see your face. Dumade, please. Odesomi. Let's show it.
Okay, while you are accepting yourself as a panelist, they have seen quite a number of questions on professionalism of the admin cadre. Please, and asking for bodies that have been approved. What we said in the circular, and I think the PANSEC CMO is here, is that anybody that does certification exams, we don't want to, there are some people that will just give you certification without going through training, without going through different stages. So please go to the bodies that have different stages, and at each stage, you will do an exam and move to the other stage. We don't want quack professionals in service. So please go to recognized bodies that I know I'm a fellow of CIPM, so I would recommend that. But I also know that that's not the only body. So any recognized body that sits for exams is the one you should go and get certification from. Thank you. So is he online now?
Yes, nobody is here. Turn on his video. Okay.
Please turn on your video.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Yes, ma. My name is Dumade Odesomi
Kindly
from Federal Ministry of Education.
Turn on your video, please.
Yes, ma. I've just done that, ma.
Thank you. I can't see your face.
We can't see your face. Just as we expect you to turn on your video, there was a question whether CIPM is one of the approved bodies, professional bodies. That question has been answered by our head of service of the Federation. Please note, she is also a fellow.
Yes.
Somebody has.
Can you see me now, sir?
No, we can't see you.
So go on.
Okay, sir. My question has to do with the issue of pension.
Introduction, please. We can't see your face. Just introduce yourself.
My name is Dumade Odesomi from Federal Ministry of Education. I am a grade level 14 officer.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. My question has to do with the pension. What I notice is that there is a policy that knew when a civil servant is to disengage, and immediately they are disengaging, their salary will be stopped. And the same policy or the same program will not know that once their salary is stopped, they are supposed to be getting their pension. We see that some civil servants had to wait for 1 year, 2 years before their pension starts. And
Thank you.
think it's okay.
I know the question you want to ask, so let me answer it for you. Yes, the problem we are having is with those that are both on the old pension regime,
Act.
new one.
Yes.
And government is supposed to pay accrued right to PENCOM so that they can pay together with whatever they have earned from their pension. And there's even in the act that says they won't get anything until government pays that part. And government has not been paying as at when due. That is just the simple truth and the problem. However, this office has been working assiduously to ensure that that is corrected. We've written several letters to the Ministry of Finance. In fact, last week, I had a conversation with the Minister of Planning and Economic Development. And from that meeting we had, he said we should have a bigger meeting this week, Thursday this week, we fixed another meeting where everybody concerned will be seated, because we are owing, government is owing hundreds of billions to pensioners, and we can see that that is not acceptable. So by the grace of God, our first meeting will be on Thursday.
Yes.
And I hope that we'll be able to get resolution. Once we get resolution, we will come out and give a statement, especially because of those of you that are still in service and will retire soon. But I'm sure that by Thursday we would have a headway. We have actually even suggested to the Minister of Finance, because of the amount, that maybe they should float some bonds to be able to raise that money and pay people that are due. But on Thursday, by the grace of God, we would resolve, at least have a way forward on that. Thank you for bringing it up now.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, body of transformative permanent secretaries, esteemed participants, thank you all very much for your robust contribution. Together, we can all build a world-class civil service of our dreams. On that note, I would like to respectfully invite the Permanent Secretary, Common Services Office, Mr. Raymond Omachi, FCA, for the vote of thanks.
The head of Civil Service of the Federation.
The head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashe was here. The transformative permanent secretary, the auditor general, the accountant general, the directors and the hardworking civil servants across the federal service. Good afternoon. My name is Raymond Omachi, the permanent secretary, TSO, Office of the Head of Service. My assignment is to thank everybody who has been part of this interactive section this morning. Let me thank Almighty God for bringing us, who has been with us from the very beginning, and is bringing us to the close peacefully. I also want to thank our mommy, the digital head of service, for her leadership. She has been taking us as the mother in the service. I want to thank God for the vision He has given her. If you look at the service today, you know we have moved a lot ahead. We are now a world-class service. I want to thank her. And when somebody said today that he's looking forward, again, there will be a civil service university name after her. I want to support that. There's also much for us and the service. Anytime the history of civil service is mentioned in Nigeria, our name will be remembered. We want to also thank the transformative family secretaries who are the drivers of the reform that she's implementing at the MDA level. I want to encourage you to do more to support her, and together we can move the service to a higher level. I want to thank also the director and all the hardworking civil servants. We have done so much, but more is expected of us. So together we can move this country to a level that is the nation of our dream. To the crew this morning, I want to thank them. They have been so hardworking. And having said this, I want to wish every one of us a happy civil service week. So many lectures, program are lined up ending on Sunday. I encourage every one of us to be part of this program. I thank you all and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. On that note, we've come to the end of the interactive section. We'll rise for the national anthem, after which those that are here physically will have a group photograph with the head of the civil service corporation. May we rise? Very much, sir. On that note, we've come to the end of the interactive section. We'll rise for the national anthem, after which those that are here physically will have a group photograph with the head of the civil service corporation. May we rise? Very much, sir. On that note, we come to the end of the interactive section. We'll rise for the national anthem, after which those that are here physically will have a group photograph.
and